Good evening, everybody. My name is Castillo, and this is my presentation for B220 class. We were supposed to present on something that we found interesting, that we learned throughout the semester. Mine was last week's information on table etiquette and dinner manners. When we go to eat with future employers, we want to show them that we know what we're doing, that we're professional, that we have manners, and that we're not just slobs when we go eat. So the three topics of this presentation are table manners, vocabulary, and not insulting without knowing it. At times there's certain cultures or manners that we don't know about, and they can be very insulting to people that do know about them. So we want to watch out for those. Manners, first off, something that I've seen a lot of people do, or better yet try to do, but they don't know how, is eating spaghetti. For some reason it's a difficult thing to do for some people, but very simple. Just get your fork, twirl the spaghetti on your fork. It's not very difficult. Make sure that it's not too big of a wad, and if you need help, use your spoon. So that's what it's there for. A big thing though is don't cut your noodles. For some reason they say that cuts the spirit of spaghetti, so I guess it's just a culture thing that you just don't do, so don't cut it. Plus, you're not 6 and you don't need it small like that. Next thing, finger foods that we all love but can't eat with your fingers. They've actually got to be eaten with a fork. The first one, French fries. You got to use a fork with them. Bacon. There's actually two ways that you can eat this. If it is soft, you've got to use a fork with it. If it's crunchy, you can use your fingers. So just use your own personal discretion when eating that, I guess, because nobody is really going to tell you that it's too soft or too chewy. It's just your own choice. Cherry tomatoes, very good, but very dangerous. They can squirt, they can roll off your plate. Just be sure that when you eat them that you use some caution and just eat them very wisely, I guess I should say. Sandwich. Usually we use our hands. However, if it is served with gravy or if it is served warm, you use a fork. Watermelon. We love to just, grab a piece and eat it like that. Not at restaurants. Actually got to cut it with your knife, eat it with your fork. So that's how we do that. Something that I learned with rolls, what I used to do was just like butter the whole roll and eat it like that. Not appropriate. We've actually got to just cut a small piece off and butter each individual bite. I didn't learn that until now, which is interesting to me, but sorry. Vocabulary. There are certain words that are on menus that a lot of us don't know. I learned some of these words while I was reading stuff from class last week. Entree, that just means the main course. Consommé is a clear soup or a broth. Soup du jour is the restaurant soup of the day. Escargot is snails are snails for everybody that doesn't know that. I don't want to try them. If you guys have, let me know if they're good or not. They don't sound delicious to me at all. To move on, because we're almost out of time here actually, not insulting somebody while you're eating with them. So manners that we should know that some of us don't. One big thing, while food is in your mouth, don't sip a glass of water or drink or whatever, because that can leave food residue on the rim of your glass, and that is actually not very appealing. We don't want to appear like we're slobs and messy. Don't put your elbows onto the table, right? That's what your mom said. It's true. Don't do it. If it's between courses and there's time, you may do it. But if there's food, keep the elbows off. Gentlemen, if you bring a lady friend and she has to stand up to go to the bathroom, to go put her purse away, to grab her coat, make sure that you stand up with her. It's very polite to stand up with her and to not just let her stand up by herself. And the last point, when food is brought to you, don't salt it without trying it first. That's a big insult to the cook, to the person that bought you the food, thinking that you don't even know if it's good or not, you just know that it's not going to be great, so you salt it. That's a big no-no. Let's make sure that we try the food first before we salt it. That's the end of this. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you had a good semester, and you have a good evening.